Welcome back to the third installment to my Heroes Villains Tips. I'm going to jump right into a game here. Throw the thumbnail out on the way in, and then we'll kind of explain what we're going to do. So, today we're going to be discussing synergies and timing. Let's start with synergies. Here, just for your convenience, the definition of synergy is the interaction or cooperation of two or more organizations to produce a combined effect greater than the sum of their separate effects. Now, this would imply if two heroes work together, their powers do more damage. I don't mean that. But synergies are two things working together. That's what a synergy is. Get it? Got it good. We'll discuss timing a little bit down the road. Let's see, who do we got on deck here? Vader, so far, is the only one that's picked somebody. Why not? We'll just pick about anybody and go ahead and try and go from there. I want to go ahead and get this thumbnail on so I can delve in. There we go. So, as for synergies, we're all aware of the obvious things, like if your enemy is shocked or frozen, don't hit them, let the people shoot them, that kind of stuff. We're not going to be discussing that. That's all already kind of a given. But we are going to discuss things like the synergy I found last night. A new one between Grievous and Boba Fett. I was Boba Fett and I was shooting the crap out of the enemy, so Rey had to stand there and hold block the whole time. By doing that, Grievous could easily hit L1 R1, turn on Unrelenting Advance, and just walk forward into the Rey, who couldn't let go of block, or I would be shooting her in the head. So she was stuck. We had her dead to rights. Synergies like that are really good. So let's see who we got. Let's see if we can try and mix it up. Now, Maul. See, they're all pretty obvious. Vader chokes and holds people for a while, so you know to shoot them. You know, that kind of stuff. Maul throws people, though. So you kind of assume that there's not much of a synergy there. Well, the truth is there is. You throw them down. They have to lay on the ground now for a second before they can get up. They changed the game. It takes people a second to be able to get up or dodge. So you can start piling rockets or blaster fire on their lying body before they get back up. Now, here we're going to go ahead and use the first tips. Buddy system. We only have one shooter, so that doesn't work. Location. Try and own your environment. Mix up their formation by moving them around. Oh. Let's go talk to Leia. Hey, Leia. Hi, Leia. Let's see how they're doing, huh? We'll get back into tips here in a second. This is just funny. Stop shooting Leia. Okay, Boba's shooting him. They're both shooting each other. That's not much of a synergy. But you'll notice there, I gave him a second to think they had a fair fight, and then I jumped in. Don't always just jump in and pile your crap onto your opponent right away. Look for the openings. We'll see an example of that here shortly, but unfortunately their team is not really playing well because they're missing one. And that will be everything. 4 on 3, we'll break it. Nice shot, Boba Fett. She's crying. I don't wanna. See there. Now that's one thing I'm going to cover now. They did an update, and it takes you a while to get up off the ground. Mostly Boba Fett, so he can't get away. Ragdoll. What are you doing? What a shit show. Here's the synergy. Never mind. Maul holds him up in the air for a second. I thought he'd get a shot on him. Now, it's really hard to implement combos and strategies when you're playing with blues, which is what I'm doing, and I'm gonna die here. Just let me die. Now, in between the fight here, I'm gonna go ahead and cover another thing is the primary point in me doing these live is that I can't pre-package some scenario and tell you how it works. You know, I don't like that every uploader does that I've seen. So for me to even try and show you what I'm talking about, we're going to do it in a raw environment where I'm at a disadvantage, I think. Another synergy is obviously Bosk and Phasma. They can play house. That's the name of this combo. Play house. There's no more time limit, guys. There's no reason to get excited and die.
Control everything. You just don't know it.
This is playing house. They aren't coming anywhere near this. Now, we don't have to cower behind it, but we're down 2 points, so... But really try and work on not being like that Kylo right there. Froze him and didn't even... I mean, we got shooters. Oh, Phasma, what happened? Dang. Okay. Throwing down Bosk's mines on 2 lightsaber fighting people. Because they're stuck in one spot, blocking and dodging and all that crap. So that's when you pile in with Bosk. Don't bring Bosk out independently to try and one-on-one people. Then you're just going to be rolling and dodging the whole time. Now you'll see here, it takes you a while to get back up. So now they can hit you more. That's a change they made in this game. Now, that pretty much covers the idea of synergies as far as I can here, but we're going to look for them, and that's my point, is look for them. Boba Fett and Grievous? I would have never thought of that. I mean... I saw it happen, I was just so amazed by it that I figured I'd cover it in the next topic, but there was nothing Rey could do. If she moved, I was shooting her in the head. And, and if, and then Grievous, yeah, he just piled into her. I'm right here, buddy. Here we go. Basic combos. I'm going to jump into timing here in a second because I want to mention it. Phasma died. That sucked. I blew it, guys. I'm trying to think ahead. You're not so smart now, are you? And then he starts chasing me like a puppy. What the... That fire burned my bottom. The basic synergy between using polarizing players, lightsaber and a gun, is this, basically. There's just nothing he can do. He's still gonna rip up Dooku if I don't get in here. I'm just messing with him. Of course I can kill him with rockets. I'm gonna get shot here in a second. I can feel it. I need to get back to my team here. Han successfully kept me occupied and timed out there. I was busy doing that. My team needed me. You don't want to do that to your team. I'll go end Yoda here. Really? I got a little sloppy there. Alright. So, we have discussed a little bit about what synergies are and how to use them. Again, a synergy is just any combination of two things working well together. By definition, a synergy is them being stronger because they're together. Let's not mince words. The basic synergy being using a blaster user and a lightsaber user together, like I was with Dooku there a second ago. Their options are either to hold block and die, or move around and die. Again, if you haven't noticed, and in the new patch, you lie on the ground longer after getting knocked down. That's unfortunate. Let's try another synergy out. Who do we got? Emperor? He's a good one for synergies. People forget about this aura. Inside Phasma's trap, it pretty much means they're dead. Oof. They're coming in force now. So, again, synergies, just combining your powers together. The obvious stuff is like freeze them and shoot them, but I mean more detailed things. If you're just now tuning in, what I was discussing with Grievous and Boba Fett together is a great synergy. Because he's sitting there shooting them, so they're holding block. They don't want to move. What the hell? And then as a result... Sorry. As a result, then, they can either get shot and move, or try and dodge and move. Either way, they're dead. So other synergies that people don't think about much are using the Emperor's aura with other things like Phasma's trap. Dooku, if him and Emperor are together, they both slow the enemy down with their powers. So if you combine those two, I mean, they're almost frozen. So I figured I'd pretty much just spend the match discussing the synergies and what they're about and some ideas with them. And then in the next match, I'm going to discuss timing and what I meant by that. Sorry, you missed. Ah. Good teamwork. Let's go, Kylo. See, Kylo came and helped me out there. Another synergy is the one Darth Daedalus pointed out to me. Phasma's trap shocks them at certain timed intervals, and Emperor's stun fits perfectly between them. So you can keep them stunned and what the frozen the whole time. Hey, Cap. Papa in shiny pants means dual stun. Yeah, oh, weird. That's what I was just saying. What's up, Cap? We're just doing some more tips today. We're talking about synergies and timing. The synergies are pretty basic, just kind of what you would expect. But there are some new ones, like Grievous and Boba Fett, like I said. I just kept shooting Rey, and she had to hold block, like they're doing, just stand there and hold block. And then so... yeah, they couldn't do anything either way. Grievous just walked forward to them, chopped them up. Oh, shit.
I warned you.
I warned you. Papa Palps wants to win. See, look how they pulled us apart there and then started shooting from a distance. This Han knows what he's doing. Kind of.
There is no escape.
Where am I going? That was one hell of a fight. Jeez. Oh man, I forgot to breathe. Okay. So there you go. Synergies are basically just using your powers together in tandem, but not necessarily just the obvious ones. You know, shock and then wait to hit them. But stuff like Daedalus pointed out. Phasma's trap will stun them for a second, and then in between its next shock succession, you can use another stun. The Emperor's, or Iden's drone. Which that you would have to kind of time ahead of time. So, pretty much that's what I'm saying. Look for those. There's all kinds of them. Boss can throw mines in the corner of a room, and then Darth Maul throws the enemy into the pile of mines. By the time they get up, the mines have gone off. There's all kinds of synergies. That's just dark side there. Now there's light side, and I'm not going to say they're obvious, because it took me a second to kind of come up with some and think about them. And, I'd be happy to make a video listing and showing them all, but that's a lot more work. So that concludes the idea of what synergies are. I'll still focus on using them for this tip segment, but I'm going to start talking a little bit more about timing and the importance of it. So to start, the most important thing, the clock is gone. There's no clock. There is no reason to hurry and rush in and die. In fact, in so much that... oh man, dark side again. Okay, hold up. Oh, and it's 3-on-3. Let's see. You got a fart? Okay. So, what was that? Oh, it looks like somebody dropped, but they didn't. There was 3-on-3. One joined on our team, so it made it uneven again. But if you'll notice, if you're patient, right, shortly after, another one will join. Who are you calling a synergy? Oh, nice. Yo, G, you sinner. So, for timing, like I was saying, you don't have to worry about hurrying up to beat them or whatever, but that's not it. That's not just it. Boba Fett's rockets. You don't have to shoot them just because you have them. Save them for a moment when you see they're in two people are in a lightsaber fight, and pile them onto the guy that's just standing there blocking. His options then are to try and dodge or jump, which the lightsaber user then can just do a quick tap on the jump button and swing and knock them down, or, you know, stay ahead of them. But the point is, you're controlling their movement and what they can do. So, let's just settle into this match here. Take the temperature. Buddy system. I'm going to stay with Phasma. Oh. Alrighty. Where's Phasma? Phasma's alone. Okay. Buddy system, always staying with Phasma. Now there's no rush. Oh, shoot. Where am I? Okay. I didn't need to use my L1 there. And I did that on purpose to show you what I mean. Just because I had that available, I didn't need to use it. And it actually slowed me down. Use your abilities when you need them. Not need necessarily. Have fun with the game. But there's times to use them and times not. Don't use that unrelenting advance on a blaster user that's rolling away from you. I was going to try and do it, show you why. See? I can't keep up with it. Well, there he got caught on his buddies. Again, why would I use the L1 there? That was a waste. So you don't just try and avoid stuff like that. And also pay a lot of attention. Notice now, when you get knocked down, it takes longer to get up. The game has changed. It has literally changed because of that. That every time you get knocked down, there's an opening to get shot or hit again. And if you remember when Anakin first came out, that was what it was all about, man. He would knock you down and hit you with the passionate strike before he could get up. Thanks for that, Obi-Wan. That was funny. Uh-oh. Alright. So let's see. Let's try Bosk again. He's got synergies with pretty much every character. I mean, even Dooku. Dooku slows people down, so when you throw the mines down around them, they can't jump and get out of them quite as quickly or easily. Now that's a kind of not a great one, but you get the idea. But back on timing, just because you have powers, look how I threw my mines there at Lando. What did that do? That didn't do jack. And it slowed me down. It was no good. Look at that. No good.
Such warm body.
Chewie sounds angry. There we go. So, back to timing. Don't use your powers just because you have them available. If you're chasing somebody with Luke, don't force push them away from you. Same thing with Darth Maul. It's the tendency to want to do that. They built the game to do that because it's an itch you have to scratch, but those that don't, that little bit of self-control, you will triumph. Come here, dum-dum. You too, buddy. Oh, who's the dum-dum now? I did a lot of things wrong there. I should have fell back to Phasma's trap and used my traps in tandem with when they finally get stuck in it. Or are about to. Instead, I got antsy, we lost the point. That's how you lose.
You're just another target.
Oh, boss. Chili's gonna stand put there, so I'm gonna throw my mines on him. But jeez. It looked like my mines made him blow up and go flying. That was funny. So this light side is just terrible. They have no idea that we're baiting them into this kill zone here. Which I could have mentioned we're doing that, but yeah, we have a kill zone set up, a kill room, and they just keep coming to it because they can't resist. They think they have to, I think. No, not dying in this fight. Oh, that would have been cool. So Bossk is pretty easy to set up a combo with like that. But as you can see, according to the premise of this, tip number 3 is timing and synergies. And timing means don't wait for the right time to use your powers. Don't just throw them at your enemy because they're there. Obviously, I do use them here. No! One-on-one, I had him. God dang it. I would've. See how his team helped him out? That's how you play. That was smart. I need to get to Phasma quick. She's always a good base of operations for your team. Obviously, the trap. Wrong.
You are my prey.
Yeah, keep walking.
We've only begun.
Pretty basic. They lure him in. I put the traps around this thing. When I'm up here, it creates the visual distraction of your opponent on the high ground in front of you. They're so tempted to attack me when I'm up there that they gotta come for it, and they end up dying because the rest of my team gets them. That's psychology. I'll cover that in another one. Good fight. Good game. That wasn't all necessarily part of, like, the strategies I was implementing in this particular session, but I did get to cover some of them. Mostly we kind of spoke about them. But again, to summarize, we're doing synergies, which are using abilities that you wouldn't think normally work well together, but do. For instance, Darth Maul throwing the enemy onto Bossk's mines. It takes them a second before they can get back up, so the bombs will detonate and kill them. Boba Fett spamming his gun on Rey's head, so the headshots will kill her in about 2.5 seconds of that. So she's got a whole block. While doing that, Grievous goes up to her, hits L1 R1, turns on Unrelenting Advance, and just walks into her like Baraka on Mortal Kombat, just chopping her up to pieces. If she tries jumping and crap to get out of it, Boba should be ready for that, and then he starts shooting up in the air at her. Then the second part of what we're covering today is timing. Not just the obvious things, but those too. It's easy to forget things like that. That, don't run into a fight unless you've got people with you. That stuff's obvious. Every time I pick a blaster user, they're all encouraged to pick lightsaber then, and I'd like for another team player to pick a gun, that way I can do the buddy system and back them up. So again, on timing, just because you have a force power, don't use it. You should know the obvious example of this is chasing somebody with Luke. You don't push them away from you, that's silly. Use R1 to get behind them, push them back to your friends, and then get in their epicenter, whatever. But, also, when to shock and when not to shock. Just because you ran up to your enemy and you start shooting them, don't throw your shock grenade down right away. Seasoned players are all used to the same timing of gamers. All gamers will shoot, then throw their shock thing. Some, the new players, will throw the shock first. Okay, no, I take that back. Everyone's different and they do it for different reasons. But there is a predictable pattern that most players use, where it's they shoot a few times, as soon as they see you're going to fight, they throw the shock thing right at you, hit R1, etc. I've begun to just start diving behind stuff, and then they throw it, because I know they're going to, but Lando, I guess, at that point. But same with Chewie's. Okay, I'm gonna protect Chewie now. Oh, he's AFK. AFG.
Villains, all competing in an epic battle for the ages.
You can do it, Anakin. You're the chosen one. Nice. Alright, let's go.
What kind of coward hides?
Don't use my force push right away. You want to, but it's so predictable.
Scan for incoming.
Not a lot you can do about that. Actually, there is. I was trying to get behind Grievous and hit him as he was hitting the idle target. It would have been ideal, but Grievous caught on. I think he knew how to play, so I took for granted he might not. And there's nothing you can do about stuff like
He's
that.
a master of the dark side.
See, I hit block right then because I knew he was going to do it. Watch.
Over here.
Kylo's, yep, Frenzy. They're predictable. And it's not, I'm not insulting them. I do this stuff. You get in the zone. Jeez, this is just going to be a mash R2 or what? Huh. Well, this ain't going so hot, is it, guys? I better get a blaster user. So, back to timing. Han's another good example of that. He can just throw his bomb whenever, though, but I wouldn't advise it. You know, another part of timing is knowing when to leave a game. Here's an example of still be patient. I'm going to try and be patient for a second. But thank you, Cap. I didn't see that. But at some point, you got to know when to go. And this might be, probably is one of them. Gee, didn't see that freeze coming right then. Yeah, this is dumb. Okay, we're going to find another game. Can't really go over stuff when it's just slop like that. So when you're playing on the light side, it's on one hand, it's a good chance to kind of go over ideas and things that work well. But then if you're on the light side and you got a player just standing there not playing, it's over. I mean, I shouldn't have to explain that, though. But moving on. There is always a time to leave a game and find a better one. Now, I don't encourage just leaving because somebody does something stupid. That was another one where, you know, I could have stuck in 10 seconds later. That Chewbacca gets to their controller, and they're just one of the best Chewbaccas in the world. We come back. Stomp them. Sure, great. Normally, you can go for something like that. I don't want to today. For obvious reasons. Ugh. I got up early. Alright, so we're looking at timing again, and obviously don't use your force powers just because you have them available, but also there's a time when to use them. Specifically, the obvious example being a frozen target, a frozen opponent. But sometimes you can use your powers to control the map. Going back to tip number 2, which was about location. A lot of AFK guys in this mode, yeah. I know, at least it's not spinners though. My god, that was awful. But I don't know what's going on. I've like been late coming back, you know, by a point maybe. But not like that bad. I think I'm going to make me some coffee. So, see who's on our team. Lightsaber. Great. I'm practice another synergy. Let's work on using Dooku's R1 in combination with other things. Now, well, not with Kylo. And not with Maul. Never mind, let's try something else. Emperor is good to work with. Yes, it's annoying and he's pretty powerful, but he's balanced and it's not unfair. It's okay to play the Emperor. There's no reason to think that, oh, he played the Emperor. I mean, there's an Iden and a Chewie. To me, they pretty much just sum up the, oh, they play that person. And then I've noticed people start saying it now where it's like, oh, he plays Luke. Like, yeah, who the hell doesn't, man? Luke's fun. But, yeah, Iden and Chewie are both kind of mean. I guess in their own respects. You know, Boba Fett can be too, and whatever, but... So back on this, we're going to look at timing. You can control the map, Emperor. That's a bounty. He's your bounty hunter, Palps. God, I almost don't want to stop him. I've gotten bit by a cat for trying to stop him before. Okay. Oh, this ain't looking too good.
You are fighting for the wrong side.
See? He knew to block. Timing. Don't do your moves the second you see your enemy. They're gonna block that shit. Don't. Impulse. These games are designed around denying yourself impulse. If you don't do impulsive stuff, you do a lot better. I should not have gone in there. Should not have gone in there. Okay, so... yeah, the synergy of his Dark Aura slowing people down with Dooku's R1 slowing people down can be nasty.
Dash them to pieces.
I can't stand when
Here, the Emperor's Lightning is built in Synergy. You're meant to shoot people with lightning while they're fighting somebody. Yes, it's mean. Ooh, he wants that kill, doesn't he? See how I tried to lure him out? He knew better, though. This Han might be pretty good. Or not. Thank you, Boba.
What's yours?
Here comes another synergy. I'm gonna go in with Dark Aura, distract them like a busy bee. Get up in their face. See, I sucked at it, though. If I'd have done that a little bit better, I wouldn't have died, and they would have got distracted turning around, still trying to shoot me, and my team was gonna pile in and destroy him from behind. I blew it, though. But I can still get into pincer attack here. He's gonna let go of block now. That's when you hit him. He's gonna block now and hold block. Take advantage of it. Move in. Oh no, you don't, Finn. Good job, Boba Fett. Jeez, this guy's good. He knew when to pile in. I'm gonna stick with this Boba Fett. Buddy system. And location. They have to come all the way to this corner of the map just to die. Floating Papa is an easy target. He is. That's why I don't always hold in jump all the way. I hold it a little bit down sometimes, or just tap it. And jump in unpredictable patterns. Unpredictable. Uh-oh. See, they got control again there for a second. Nice shot, buddy. There was an example of what you said. Now, we're going to switch it to Dooku. He doesn't have a lot in terms of synergy, but when to strike and when to block is an important thing. Uh-oh, what's this? Oh, okay. Boba Fett. I've been looking. Okay, I will lead. To the right. Keep him busy. Just like that. We just pushed him into Phasma's trap. See that? I didn't mean to. I think they did, though. These guys are good. Phasma's got her trap here on the edge of the map with her back to the wall. She knows what she's doing. I'm going to protect her with buddy system. What's this? Uh-oh. Die. That was strange. Okay, so timing basically is just when to use stuff, when not to. Now, don't confuse that with Duelist and stuff. Like, use that ahead of time, and there's always a way to stay ahead of the curve with that. Man, was I lagging or what? That just happened quick. Dooku in pajamas is so stupid that I love it. I know. And then he falls asleep. That's the best part. He closes his eyes on the character select screen. Alright, now Dooku has 3 dodges, as you know. That can play into synergy, guys. If you're getting attacked by 2 lightsaber users,
Surrender.
Dooku can pull them any direction he wants to go.
Stay there!
Pull them into your enemies. Knock them down. Split them up. Take them apart. I hope you guys saw that. Ooh, nice. Sit, boy. Die, boy. Sorry, you were saying something, kid? Uh-oh. Did you see me dodge there at the crucial time? Everybody dodges after the first swing. They dodge. It's predictable. Make your dodges unpredictable. See that 3 dodges? It didn't work there for me, but the plan was to go forward, back, forward. They did not see it coming, but he was already shooting that direction, so it hit me and it killed me. That works pretty good with timing. You get in there, you fluster your opponent because your teammates are almost dead. You get in there and fluster him, give him time to heal, regroup, like Maul right now. Are you kidding? What the? I don't even know what's happening. Of course, neither do they. Darth Maul is down in a hole. I hear him behind me running up. Oh.
I've dealt with pirates like you before. Have you no strategy at all?
What are you doing? Dude? I wasn't even doing that. That was weird. Oh, I am lagging. Dang it. I was wondering what that was. Okay, so again, on timing, use your moves at the best time. That does not mean the buffs. The buffs, you know, you'll do those ahead of the fight and stuff, and there's always a good time and stuff, but and if I say stuff again, I swear to God.
Don't mind me.
Use your moves when they're not expecting them. He's trying to get away, slow him down.
You're welcome to surrender at any time.
That was fun. Hey, buddy. Nothing personal. Try to slow him down. He's already human, but...
Your limbs obey my command.
That doesn't even damage you now. What the? Huh. The lightsaber mechanics look altered a little bit. And you use synergy with Han against you. Nice. How was that? As I bring it to a close, feel free to share that in the chat for the other people. And in that, we're going to be bringing an end here to Heroes Villains Tip number 3 for Battlefront 2. To summarize, the concepts we're worried about are synergies and timing. Again, synergies are just using powers together or using things together that work well and complement each other. One example, the one that prompted me to do this, was Boba Fett shooting Rey, so she had to keep blocking or get headshots put on her, and while she was stuck planted there, Grievous then could turn on his unrelenting advance and walk right into her and chop her up. No matter what she did, it was checkmate. So there's all kinds of these. Again, throwing Darth Maul throwing people onto Bosk's traps. Kylo freezing people as they jump over a cliff. Never mind, that's just funny. And then we got timing, which basically was don't use your force power or your rockets or whatever just because you have it. And when you start a fight with somebody, don't use your powers right away. They're always going to block it and see it coming. It's instinct to do that. So try and be unpredictable in when you do things. All the while keeping in mind the original tips, which were the buddy system. Always try and stick together, and location. If you can help it, try and kind of have control of the map and where your opponent's coming and going. It's possible, but each situation's so nuanced that I couldn't give you a blanket statement to cover it. Thank you for tuning in to Pyrrhic Videos, and this covers our tip for the day. Hopefully we'll see you out there soon.